Hey everyone, Ekman here with another video, and today we're going to look at the two new EX star decks we're getting for the Fusion World card game. We've got the Shallot star deck as well as the Giblet star deck, and these are EX star decks, which means that we get 4 super rares for them instead of just the regular 2. These are really unique leaders as well, and they have some unique mechanics, and I really just want to kind of go over them real quick as well. So a couple of things before we get started. First, if you guys are new, make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We make a lot of content for the Fusion World card game. And then also, if you guys want any of these cards or looking at deck lists or anything, you can check out my website, Eggman Events, which is linked to the description. And then lastly, as of this video recording, is we have the majority of the cards revealed. We don't have every card revealed, but for the Shallot deck, we have 14 of the 18, and for the Giblet, we have 17 of the 18, including this one additional one we got here. So we're mostly shown. I think most of the important cards are already shown too, so all 4 super rares for both, which is why we're just going to talk about it. There are some chances that there are going to be some impactful cards that come out too, but I just want to kind of go over these as we are getting a little bit closer to it as well. So starting off with Shallot, it is a pretty unique leader, and honestly, when I first read it, it looks without any support, this leader looks a little bit bad, I'll say. So activate main for 4. You can play up to 1 battle card with 10,000 combo power and Saiyan in its special traits from your hand. So you do get to play something for cheap, but when we were looking at the card pool, when this leader was just revealed by itself, it wasn't too crazy. And then also, when your life's at 4 or less, you can draw 1 card and flip this over. And then on the back side, it is when attacking, so we don't get to attack on the front side, but we do on the back side, and it's the same for 4. You get to play 10k power. So again, when this card came out, we just saw the leader. There weren't really any cards you could play off of it. I think you could play like 7 cost super combos, which you don't want those on the board, but you could if you wanted to. But then we've just got a lot of support to kind of get there. So I'm just going to look at kind of maybe the first of cards that we can play off for leader effects, starting off with the Son Goku. So on play, place 1 card from your hand on top of its owner's deck. If you don't have an energy marker, you may place 1 marker, and then when attacking, reveal the top card of your deck, and if it's added to your hand, if the revealed card is a cost of 6, draw 1 card. So there's a couple of themes with this deck in general. One, we play out cards with 10k combo power, which are generally just really good stats for combo, but generally also means that their bodies on board aren't as good. So kind of having the balance between the two is really interesting. That we also have this kind of stack on top of our deck mechanic, which we'll look at a little bit more when we go through it. And then we also have the 6 cost, which is just kind of the cost for this deck in general. But this is one of the supers for this deck. I think this is a really relevant card as well, being able to be a 30k that you get to attack with. The fact also that we are 6 cost cards on the board means that not a lot of cards can interact with these very cleanly. There are ways for it, but your opponent would have to tech into it separately. So it means that you do just get some inherent protection against everything that isn't red, because most other cards are very cost based for that mechanic. So also, this one attacking is not, it's if this card survives, you get to do it again next turn. And being able to get that additional draw 1 is really nice. So there we go. Next up, we've got Vegeta. So this is another one. So this is a common, so it's not as good, but activate main, you can KO this card in a battle area. Choose up to 2 battle cards with cost of 4 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them. So what you can do is you can play this off your leader, attack 30k, and then you can pop it and get rid of 2 4 or less, which is just really good value, to be honest. This is, I think, still, even though it's a common, it's something that you probably play a couple copies with, and something in general too, like the fact that all of our top end cards in this deck are also 10k, so you don't feel bad for running them because of the fact that worst case you can just combo them off, which is just really strong. So it's a really unique kind of balance between the two, and maybe kind of part of the reason that we are like we don't draw on the front side. So we also do have the Son Goku and Bardock, so another super rare. When attacking once per turn, choose up to 1 battle card with the cost of 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it. And then also activate main once per turn, you can discard 1 card from your hand, reveal the top card of your deck, and add it to your hand. If the revealed card's cost is 6, you get to switch this card in a battle area to active mode. So again, same kind of theming, right? The fact that we get benefited for putting 6 costs on top of our deck just means that we can get this additional attack if we need to, which as a 30k 5 or 35k base, that's really strong. Most decks can just super combo out of one of these attacks, but I do think that is something that this card is really appreciates. So there we go. And then we also do have the Son Gohan childhood super rare. So on play, reveal the top card of your deck and add it to your hand. If the reveal card is a cost of 6, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and KO it. no further questions asked. You just get to KO something. So the fact that also worst case you can just play this and then you just draw a card, I think is great power too. And you don't feel bad about playing all these at like 4 copies, because every 4 energy, like you just get to play these out for cheaper, which is really nice. So we also do have just the vanilla, which unironically, it might just be good to play in the deck too, just as a 6 cost 40k, and then being able to use that to just attack. Like 40k is a really good stat line for this game, so that's really helpful. So some additional support cards though, as we look through it as well. So we got Trunks Future. This is kind of the same as like the Son Goku, but activate main once per turn for 1. You place 1 energy or 1 card from your hand on top of your summoner's deck. If you don't have an energy marker, you get to play it's an energy marker. So I think that's strong. I think the Kakarot is still a better card, just because we are able to use the effect to put the card from the top of the deck on play, so that and get the marker that way, so it's a little bit cheaper, but there it is. We have the Bulma. So if your leader is Shallot, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 battle card with a cost of 6 or less and 10k combo power added to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of the deck in any random order. So it can't get super combos, but it can get pretty much the rest of our top end, which is great. I wish this card had the choice to put it on top of your deck in any order, because that could be really good for sequencing other plays, but that is just okay. We also do have the Son Goku Childhood. So activate main once per turn if your leader is Shallot, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand on top of its owner's deck. So that can help you with stacking the top of our deck too. It does mean like this doesn't get like actual cycle, right? It gets only 1 card deep, because then you are just cycling the top card of your deck every time. But if your opponent doesn't answer this early, you can, on your first 4 energy play out a body and then use the effect, which is great. We have Zaha. So when attacking, if there's a battle card, the cost of 6 or a cost of 6 in your battle area, look at the top 2 cards of your deck and use up to 1 of them in combo, and then place the rest at top in any order. So this does let you kind of do that, but it's a little bit trickier to do that. But again, we do have these ways to sequence the top of our deck. We also do have Shallot. So activate main once per turn, place 1 card from your hand on top of its owner's deck. If your leader is Shallot and there's a battle card with the cost of 6 in your battle area, this gains double strike. So it's a cheaper card for double strike. Like 2 cost double strike is pretty unheard of in this game, but we do have to still sequence to get there. But if we do, we can kind of get some really strong double strike potential that your opponents maybe not recognizing. And then we also have Vegito. This is our last super rare for this deck. So permanent increase the cost of this card in a deck or battle area by 4. So this can cost us a 6 cost for anything besides actually just playing it out for 2. And then on play, place 1 card from your hand on top of his owner's deck. If your leader is Shallot and you don't have an energy marker, you place 1 energy marker. So I think that's very strong for this deck too. You also notice that there's not really a lot of self-awakening potential in this deck, which can, I think, kind of get to it too, in the fact that like we kind of want to be awakened with the fact that we don't have a just really great way to draw cards otherwise, right? Like we have a lot of ways to put out some bodies, but the fact that our leader doesn't draw is pretty detrimental in a lot of ways. So I do think that we do play like the 1-drop Chi-Chi in this deck to be able to get some self-awakening potential, and also combo from the drop, which is really good. And then once we are awakened, we do get some, I think, some really great power. But generally speaking, you want to try to get to 4 as soon as possible, just because that does help you get there. So either we go second or we go first, and we then use one of our cards to get to a marker. For example, playing Vegito on 2, go from 2 to 2 in an energy marker, and then the next turn being able to start playing 4 drops. I think that's really strong. Like unironically, playing this card out for 4 on 4 energy, like a lot of decks just can't interact with the 40k vanilla 10k, which I think is really cool. So our, being able to ramp, we play Bardock out, it's very easy for this to just get the removal of the 2 or less, and then like later on, like Vegeta being able to get like a double removal is really good too. So not much more to say. I think this deck is really solid. There's a lot of great cards for it. Lastly though, sorry, we do have some extra cards too. So activate main is a battle card with a cost of 6 in your battle area. Choose up to 2 battle cards with a cost of 3 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them. So this can get some great removal for like it's kind of like a 10 times Kamehameha to that you get to play on like 5 energy, right? So you play out a 6 cost and you play this and get the double removal, which is great. And there's also the I'm gonna end you. So activate battle, your cards that are in battle get plus 15. Then if there's a battle card that costs of 6 in your battle area, you get to draw 1 card. So kind of like a Gallic gun, but the fact that it's only a 6 in your battle area is really nice. Also, like, look at this card and compare it to Results of Training, though. Results of Training is just way better, right? But this is still really strong for this deck, being able to get some card draw and cycle. I think in the late game is going to be very easy to have one energy open as well. And you just kind of have to sequence it so that if they do have ways to remove your 6-drops, that you at least keep it on the board to be able to get this additional draw and stuff. But generally, this is a really cool deck. It's one that, again, when I looked at the first leader, I was like, why? What is this? What is this going to do? Like, not drawing on the front side. Like, there's no cards to be able to play this off of the cards we've seen in the first 6 sets of this game. But the cards that they dropped, I think, are really good. There's a lot of great kind of sequencing that you get to do, and it's really interesting to see what this deck looks like. So here's the build here for Shallot, or at least the new cards for it, and I'm looking forward to the last couple that we get. And then we've got Giblet, which again, we've got 17 of the 18 cards revealed for this deck. So unless the last card that we don't know is just really good, I think this deck is pretty understood as already. So front side, pretty generic. When attacking, draw 1, and then also activate main. Life's at 4 less, draw 1, and flip this over, so nothing new. And then on the back side, so same when attacking, draw 1, but also activate main once per turn. Place 1 of your energy in to its owner's drop. If you have 2 or less energy, add up to 2 battle cards from your drop to their owner's energy. Both will be active. And then if you would add a card to your owner's energy during this turn, place that card as drop instead. So it means that you can essentially ramp once, but then afterwards you can't ramp anymore for the rest of the game, or rest of the turn. So basically this is kind of like a version of like the Vegeta green deck that we've seen previously, where you just kind of mess with like low energy, kind of also like Bardock or the Broly that we had from FPO6, right? It's just kind of another green deck where green's all about either having a lot of energy or manipulation with just a little bit of energy, and this is a little bit of energy. So the kind of key cards to talk about are kind of a lot of these like kind of higher end cards. We've got this Broly here. So 4 cost when attacking. Once per turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with cost of 2 or less and KO it, which just generic removal is good. Activate main once per turn, place 1 energy in its owner's drop. If your leader is Giblet, switch this card to active mode. So you can do something, and you'll notice this for most of this. The sequencing for this deck is really, really particular. So you can play this card for 4, use the activate main to restand it, and then you're down to 3. Then you can use your leader effect to go from 3 to 2 and then go back up to 4 with 2 active, right? So there's a lot of emphasis for making sure that you lose the right amount of your energy to be able to ramp again and go back into it. The fact that the energy you get from this is active is really important because it does let us get some, additional like 1-drop searchers or something like that. And it's really, really cool to see what the sequencing for this deck can really be. So it kind of also, like, if you guys are playing One Piece, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the green and purple Luffy in the fact that we do get rewarded for playing cards, and then we get our energy back active, which is really cool. So there is that. There's also the, I guess we'll just look at the super rares first. We got Shallot. So permanent your turn. If you have less energy than your opponent, this card gets plus 5k power, which is another theme for this deck, is that you get reward for having less energy than your opponent, which for most of the end game, unless you're playing the mirror match, that will happen. On play, place 2 of your energy into its owner's drop. If your leader is Giblet, draw 1 card, then add up to 1 battle card from your drop to its owner's energy. So this would be a kind of situation where, like, let's say you're at 4, you use the effect to lose 2, you get to draw a card, and then you go up to 3, and then you use your leader effect to go down to 2 to 4 again, right? So generally speaking, there's not a lot of times where you need to like use cards to put in your energy, which is really good. And you get some card draw, you get this big 40k or 30k body, you get a draw, and this is also 35k if you have less energy than your opponent. So that's very good. We also do have the Goku Black, so another super rare. It's a 35k crit. On play, place 2 of your energy zoner's drop, then choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area and KO it. So this is 1 card that you would want to ramp up to 5 with, and then you can use the effect to go down to 3, use your leader effect to go to 2 to 4 again, and then you have 2 open energy, so that's really nice. And then kind of is this one a super rare? What's the, oh, it's the 2 drop, I think. Oh man, they just reveal so many cards. Oh, it's the Cell. No, what is it? What's the 4 super rare? Is it the kid? No, it's the Broly, it's the Shallot, it's the Goku Black, it's the Golden Frieza. Here it is. Sorry. So 3 drop permanent. Your turn, if you have less energy than your opponent, this card gets plus 5k power, so it becomes a 30k. And then on play, if your leader is Giblet, you get to draw 1 card, then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So conversely, compared to the Shallot deck, this deck definitely wants to awaken as soon as possible to be able to start using your energy mechanics, and we do have a lot of good ways to self-awaken. So I think one of the best ones is the Giblet itself. It's a 3 drop, it's a blocker 10k, then on play, if your leader is Giblet, add up to 2 cards from your life to your hand. So if you play this on 3 and then you use your leader effect to go from 3 to you can go from 3 to 2 to up to 4, so you actually ramp up, and the next turn you can start at 5. So the fact that you can use this card to awaken to ramp to 5 first to then be able to play out the Goku Black is, I think, really good synergy for this deck. So I think, again, awakening on 3 to go to ramp up to 4 to go to 5, and then for the rest of the game you really don't have to worry about paying costs for energy. Like you do not care about actually putting cards into your energy most of the time, because you don't need that extra extension. So that is kind of like a little bit of a draw one as well. So other than that, we do have a lot of support cards. We've got Zamasu, looks top 5 for pretty much most of the stack. If your leader's Giblet, look at the top 4 for the top of your deck. Reveal to 1 battle card with a cost of 2 to 5, add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in a random order, which is every card in this deck, right? Every card that's on a 1 cost are super combo. This gets to find, which is really good for your consistency. The fact that it's a searchable way to find Giblet, which I think is your combo starter, is just very strong. We also have the Raditz. If your leader's Giblet, add it to 1 card from your life to your hand. And then also activate main. Once per turn, you can place 1 energy into its owner's drop. This gets plus 15k, so it's a 20k attacker. Unlike some weird turns where you might have like an extra energy kind of hanging around, which I think is good too. And it's a 10k, so you don't really mind about it. We also have Janemba. If same thing, it becomes a 25k if you have less energy on your turn, and then also like a self-awakener, so not too bad there. We've got the Super Baby 2, also a self-awakener, and then when attacking, draw 1, then discard 1 card from your hand. So generically, this is, I think, just a good card for this deck too. Is the Raditz? You have to be if your leader's Giblet, they wouldn't give that many generic 1 cost awakeners, huh? On play, up to 1 card from your life to your hand, and then when attacking, if you have less energy than your opponent, choose all battle cards with a cost of 1 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them. So this could be very good against, Saiyan City, those kind of decks, to get that removal too. And then we do have the rest of the cards we have. We also have Cell, which is I really like this card too. Unfortunately, I think like Giblet's just better in slot, but on play, up to 1 card from your life to your hand. When attacking, if you have less energy, choose up to 1 card with the cost of 4 or less in your opponent's battle area, add it to its owner's energy in rest mode. So this is probably like run out a couple copies. This can get rid of Jiren 4-drop without KOing it, because it puts it into energy. So that can be impactful, but like otherwise, I think this card is just okay. We have the Broly already. We have the Majin Kid. So discard 1 card from your hand, place 2 your energy to its owner's drop. Add the top card of your deck to your life, then add up to 1 battle card from your drop to its owner's energy. So this being able to have like a heal mechanic is really good, especially since, like, again, we have to like use our energy so aggressive, or sorry, our life so aggressively. The fact that we can use a way to get a heal, the fact that like we ramp back also is good. I think this card is probably around a couple copies as well. We have Shallot, which we've mentioned. We have Turles, which we haven't. So on play, plays 2. Oh, actually, did we talk about Shallot? This card is, this is a super rare. Turles, on play, plays 2 of your energy on owner's drop. If your leader's Giblet, this card gets double strike for the turn. Then add up to 1 battle card for your drop into its owner's energy. So this is let's say we're at 5, right? Or actually, we have to be at 4. Yeah, we have to be at 4. We can use the effect, lose 2, and then we get 1 back, so we're at 3, and then we can have 3 energy open. This can just be like the fact that we can easily make a double striker that is 30k and then have 3 additional energy open, I think is absurd for a deck like this. So we can just very easily try to end the game with this, just because we will have a lot of additional energy. I think this also is a deck that like sometimes plays like instant Kamehameha, because we can use that card to like regulate our energy in times that we need to. But again, like most of the time we're going to have like 1 or 2 energy open pretty easily. So that means that we either have like a lot of 1-drop draw cards, which just means like Zamasu is going to be great for being able to find most of our deck, are I think a couple other cards as well. So lastly, we do have the Frieza. So this is not a golden Frieza, just a regular one, but 3-drop on play, add up 1 card from your life to your hand. When attacking, if you have less energy than your opponent, choose up to 1 battle card with 2 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO it. So just kind of like a generic removal. I don't think this is too bad, but in the scenarios that where you can have these kind of situations where you will be at 3 energy open, I think having either the Cell or the Frieza to help use that additional energy on that turn can be very good. And we do also have some extras too. So Saiyan Born of Fury and Hate, activate battle. Your battle card, your card that is in battle gets plus 15. Then if your leader is Giblet and you have less energy, this gets plus 15. So it's like a gigantic meteor if we have less energy, which again we'll likely have. And then I think also like having a couple copies of like instant Kamehameha can really confirm that too against certain decks. So that is good. And we also do have the Twisted Morality. Place 1 of your energy to its owner's drop. If your leader's Giblet, choose up to 1 battle card with the cost of 4 or less and up to one battle card with a cost of 3 or less in your opponent's battle area and KO them, which is absurd, right? It is 2 cost rate for this ability, but being able to get rid of 7 cost worth of cards for just losing 1 energy, I think this card can be good in a lot of decks too. So generally, like, extra cards are usually like pretty, like, love them or hate them, and I think both the cards that we get for both these decks can be very useful in the fact that we have like a battle card, like battle protection card, right? And then we also have like a removal card, like getting rid of a 4 and a 3. Like, the fact that this is almost as good as Sinister Sickle is just great for the fact that it's 1 cheaper, and like losing the energy is not like a really big deal in this deck either. So that can help you swing the game, especially since it's very easy to have 2 extra energy open in how this deck works and how it plays out too, which is really cool. So because, like, again, we can play this like on 5, we can play out Goku Black, use the effect to go down to 3 energy, and then we use our Giblet leader effect to go up to 4 energy with 2 of them open, and then we're in a good spot. So other than that, I think this deck is really cool. There's a lot of cool sequencing. Again, it reminds me a lot of Green Purple Luffy if you play the One Piece card game, because you do have these ways to get energy back open by losing energy, and then you can ramp it back later, which is really, really cool. So I don't really have much more to say about this one. Again, we're missing 1 card from it. I don't think it's going to be too impactful if I'm going to guess. If I'm wrong, you guys will know about it. And I'm going to keep these the deck builder as up to date as possible with new cards and reveals as we get them too. So that's going to be it for me. Let me know what you guys think about these new decks. I'm honestly really excited for it. Generally, I don't like as much of like this is how the deck works, you know, and then these are only the cards that work with it. But I still think that there's some generic cards that can sneak into these in the near future, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like too. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you all next time.